Hi there crafty pals, it's Louise here. Thanks for joining in today. I'm sharing another 3 old and 3 new video with you. I know it's been a while, but I'm starting to get some mojo back, so here we go. I'm first of all going to use this paper rose background paper. I adore this. I think it's got that mixed media feel, but doesn't really overwhelm the senses, and I didn't have to get messy making it, which is always fun. I'm also going to use some paste. I've recently discovered that a lot of my pastes have started to harden, and it's really time to start creating some backgrounds with them before they have to all be thrown in the bin. So this is technically a new product to me because it was kind of unopened and unused, and it is going to fall on the new side. So the stencil is new, the paste is new, the background paper is new, and then I've got the little packet of 49er Market what do you call those? Little tags. So the decorative tags, those are going to form my new items. From my stash, I have pulled some background pattern papers, a bunch of the little hearts, so some charms that I had floating around, and then some wood chip hearts and things like that. So from the old side, really digging into some embellishments from within my collection and creating with those. Now you can see that I have chosen this particular photo, and actually so one of my old items is also the title. It's a really old title piece from Cocoa Vanilla Studio, so it's the So Sweet. It was actually sitting in the little box where if I've pulled out an embellishment, sometimes I will just keep it on the desk in case it inspires me later on. Sometimes I'll just throw it in this little box. Now here's where I make a pretty big stuff up with the layout. So I actually laid my photo onto my background paste, and it kind of removed part of my photo. It's really hard to see in the video, I'm sure, but it's actually some of the photo has gotten stuck to the paste in the background, so I had to get a little bit creative. You'll have to wait until the next part of the video to see how that actually happens. But essentially, I'm just creating areas of background interest. So the paper itself, the background paper, kind of had this, not left to right, but however it features, because I've now got the striped paste in the background, I sort of wanted to keep my clustering fairly central to the layout. So I didn't want to necessarily put it at the top or the bottom or off center. I want it to kind of sit quite central. And I had this blue theme going on with some of the blue charms and the blue paste, in that I went back to my stash again and I pulled out some blue patterned papers that were just like offcuts and half pieces, and I'm just layering those in my background cluster. The little heart that I've popped in there that you can see is also a little bit of an addition. I felt like something was just a little bit unbalanced and I needed something in my background, and I particularly wanted something quite dark or black to separate. So when I'm creating a layout, I'm often thinking about that sort of separation of layers. So my first layer is that black and white background paper. My next layer is the blue paste through the stencil. The layer after that is the blue patterned paper that I've sort of distressed, and then I needed something to actually sort of get back to that black kind of layer to separate that paste from my cluster and my photo. Now this is where I showed you that little bit of creativity. So I actually reprinted my photo, fussy cut the photo to cover up the areas where I had mistakenly gotten paste on there. And then I made the addition of some cardstock behind it so that I could actually mount it up a little bit off of that original photo. So it gives it that bit of dimension. I think it's a really nice way to add interest, something a bit different. And you can see with my heart here, I wanted to blacken that up a little bit. So I'm actually surprising myself in that I'm stash busting some of my washi tapes. So for this little heart, to make it feel a little bit grungy like the paper rose patterned background paper, I am actually going to just make those strips of the washi tape and layer those over the top. So something a little bit different. I find with my 3 old 3 new stash busting creations that I often get out of my comfort zone and make something that's quite unique to my normal style of creating. So if you haven't tried this already, then absolutely give it a go. You would be surprised the challenges that you can give to yourself when you start creating with 3 old products and having to team them with 3 new. All right, starting to work with just attaching everything together here. So I'm going to cluster my hearts together. I'm going to pop them over to the side here, and then I'm going to pop my little title on there as well, making sure that it is, again, one of those layers so it blends over the blue background and it's that black element, which I think really helps that background paper to really pop. Now, this little tip I saw in another video is to actually pop a little bit of tacky glue onto your hand and dip your letters or lettering in there, because it just gives it that little bit of extra stick, particularly if it's going to be added over the top of mixed media. All right, so even though this is not a sweet photo, I'm going to call this So Sweet because these are the faces that I get when I ask my kids to smile. And the final stage is simply just to add a couple of those little wooden hearts to help bring my heart theme into this. And obviously it's my stash busting element as well. So that's a share featuring 3 old and 3 new products. I hope that you have enjoyed that from me. Thank you so much for watching. I love to read your feedback, so if you leave me a comment, it's always very welcome. Thank you so much, and I hope you subscribe.